Hello, everyone. I am Alex.
And I am Mariella.
And we are here today in Unity for All. We are talking about the month of October. We have eclipse season moving through, which is going to be a lot. And we have Pluto turning direct. That's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be so rich. And we're so excited to talk a little bit about it, what's been coming up for us, and pull some cards to kind of um, just deeper explore the energy of this month.
hmm Yeah.
Mhm.
What are the energies or themes of this month, you think?
Well, eclipse season is usually old karmic type patterns or things, giving us another look to let go and see things. So, definitely anything from the last 6 months that was arising, you'll be experiencing or feeling or revisiting. So that could be something different for everybody. But because the first one is in Libra, it's usually around relationships of some kind, whether it's relationships to others in different ways or to yourself. And then Taurus, this is the ending of a 2-year cycle. And that would mean something that kind of started about 2 years ago in 2021, like November, that eclipse season or that nodal shift or whatever. So that should be like around resources and wealth and um yeah. Oh. I'm like kind of ready. I'm like ready. I'm ready for all the relationship shifts, and I'm ready for a shift out of things around finances. Because, like, I feel like the last 2 years for myself has been very challenging, trying to understand this really weird world of like post COVID, higher, like, life inflation or whatever we call it. And so having to navigate that as a single person in this new province that I live in that is like bonkers has been really hard. And I'm kind of tired of navigating it. So I'm hoping that any revelations that I have been having, which have been many, will begin to fall into place. And
Mm.
same with relationships, like my relationship to myself. So that's the bigger and myself. And how about you, Mariella? What do
The
you think
theme.
is arising?
Mm. So, I feel like many things are happening at the same time. For me, I am trying to figure out a new way of a routine after COVID and that experience of people not going to work or just staying at home and like what now. Also, people are going back to school, it seems. I hear from different people,
Yeah.
or at least considering it at this time. um it seems like there's a lot of things happening around romance and relationships, and it looks different for everyone. But I've heard of, this new way of not having the romantic love we grew up knowing, but having a polyamorous relationship and having
Just a
different relationships with
non-traditional.
different people and enjoying, sex more. That's not my type of relationship, but I know that many people do it and they like it, enjoy it. Uh, what else? many truths are coming out. We have had some insights or
Mm.
things that we didn't see before.
Oh yeah. Mm.
And so for me, it's always, I see other people going through things or things happening, and I'm like always thinking, why am I seeing this? What is inside of me that my mind is seeing all this? Like, how am I involved in what's happening? And how can I change my mind and try to see if whatever happens outside changes? I'm still doing that experiment. So,
Mm.
uh, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's just a really interesting time. Like I don't think because we're in this new nodal axis where there's a focus on relationship, but a lot of it has to do with also our relationship to the outside world, right? Relationships are about us and something else. And I think like COVID, I mean, it did so many things. So we're all having to discover, we had to discover parts of ourselves that we didn't know, and we were opened to so many more possibilities or frustrations or beliefs or ideas, and how we all decided to move forward after is what we're now experiencing. And I think a lot of people want something different for their life, but it feels like everything's a little bit harder now too.
Yeah, things are changing. And the other theme is, clinging to the past. And I am really feeling it.
Hmm.
But
Yes.
I think I have the goal in my head in the future to let go. I
Hmm.
don't know how it looks like though.
You know what? Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
So it's funny. I wrote something down, and I'd seen this post before. First of all, I'm thinking of exiting from social media. It's taken up way too much of my time. But and I remember hearing this before and I really liked it. And this time I wrote it down and I'm like, yes, Alex, this. What's the best that can happen? Instead
Mhm.
of like, well, what's the worst that can happen, right? What's the worst? And I've always lived my life thinking like, if I can if the worst, if I know what the worst is, anything better than more than the worst, I'm going to be happy, right? Because if you think of what you really 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 want to happen and it doesn't happen, then you'll be let down.
You don't want to be disappointed.
Be disappointed. Um, so like we can think about, man, what's the worst that could happen this month? Can't be that bad. But it's like, what's the best that could happen? With the chaos that astrology is, okay, and I say chaos, but I mean chaos in a transformation. The transformation that is coming and continuing to solidify this October. What's the best that can happen? What do you think is the best that could happen for you, Mariella?
Okay, so I've talked to you about this dream I have of,
Mm.
right? When I am talking about like what happens when we die.
Hmm.
And so my hope is that everybody will love each other and take care of the best in the best way possible of others and themselves. So that if anything happens, everybody's covered and loved and happy. Because we're real, how would you say that? Relationship beings,
Hmm.
relational beings. And so that is the most, for me, is the ideal. I don't know if that's too much,
So part of me is like, that's really big, Mariella. That's like a little too big. That's not what we're talking about. But you know what?
but that's
What?
the best that can happen. You asked me that question.
I part of me is like, I should have specified like to your current situation,
You're
what would be
asking
the
a
best case
Pisces.
scenario, as opposed to like, yes, let that be the best case scenario that takes place in the world.
Alex, what is your best scenario?
Well, the best case scenario is I break through this block of like imposter syndrome and fear and judgment and shame. And then I can like fully blossom into my highest self in what I want to do and become clear on some of my vision and which direction to take, that I will feel so because like home is a big issue for me. Like, where is home and what is home and where should I be? It's like I'll feel like I'm in the right place, or at least I'll know I'm in temporarily in the right place, which I think I already do know that. So, but anyway, a little bit more information for me to know that. And then for this new counselor that I have, for that to end up being to have a couple sessions that are at the end of this month and just have them like transform pieces of me that I can let go of all of the hurts um, and beliefs that I have about love that are blocking me from being able to connect or attract or welcome in my own love of self and love of other.
Well,
that I
let me tell
heal,
you.
that I will heal my sexual trauma in this workshop that I'm taking, that I will become this being of power.
Mhm,
That'd be the best that could happen.
mhm.
Or maybe something even better. I
Let me tell you my humble opinion. I think you are saying the same of what I said. Because if you feel loved and happy and everybody loves each other, there's no shame, embarrassment, there is no low self-esteem, lack of confidence. You feel that you belong wherever you are, etc., etc., etc. Full attachment, connection and communication, everything.
don't know. Okay. Yep. And so it is. And so we let it be.
Yes, it will be
Let's
like
pull
that.
some cards.
Yeah, and for that, we cannot cling on it in the past.
Yes. We can honor it. We can
Yeah.
like pay honor to what was and thank it for what it, offered us to get us to
Hmm.
where but we can let that go.
Okay, let's see. And we were just reading something with Alex before about the end of October. And so just to let you know, was it October 20th?
Okay,
Just the
Papa.
20th and the 21st. Try not to interact with anybody.
But that's more like, well, yeah, it's probably for everybody.
No,
But
the
especially
thing,
if you have Capricorn placements.
that's
And
right.
in Ariella, we have some
Yes.
strong Capricorn
Yes.
placements.
Yeah,
Don't.
there is some controlling energy.
Yes.
And so people might want to control somebody else or a group or manipulate and things like that. And then it can cause resentment or, you know, conflict.
And that's all in between the eclipses.
Yes.
So the eclipses start next week, and takes us to the like from the new moon to the full moon. And the full moon is on the 28th of October, which a lot will continue to unfold. Um, so yeah, it's supposed to be a very transformational uh month.
Yes. I can't wait to see what we say about it on our next meeting.
Yeah.
I'm
Um,
just going to have the blessing for the month so that the energy settles and it's easier and Yeah, it just goes smoothly. Because, we can change everything. It's not set in stone. Ultimately, we can decide what we want to display or how we want to react or respond. So,
And if we get really reactive, hopefully we can learn from it and trust that it was exactly what was supposed to happen
yeah.
for our
One
high.
one phrase from the Course of Miracles,
Hmm.
in Miracles, comes right now to my head. It says, whenever you make a decision, be sorry, between being right or being kind, always choose to be kind.
Hmm. Yes. That's a hard one. I have a relationship um that I think needs to end, like a more of a friendship. And and I think the kindest thing would be for me to be clear and direct, as opposed to like pulling away and like ghosting. But I'm very afraid. And I think that's the kindest thing I can do is to be like honest. But I'm afraid.
Honest and kind at the same time.
Yes. Yeah. To be, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's really hard when you want to end something.
Mm-hmm.
And oh, maybe the end of the month will be mhm. I'm like, maybe my freak out will come because of this person. I don't know. Anyway,
No, we will see.
we will see. And it will all be in the
Yeah.
highest good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing lots of growing. We're all doing lots of growing and transforming and really trying to trust.
Mm-hmm.
I pulled two cards I'm completely unfamiliar with.
Interesting.
So I'm very excited to actually take a closer look at what they are.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Share your blessed be. I always
Okay.
like that one as such a beautiful.
Yeah. Oops. I had some cards fail. Hold on. Okay. So the blessed be card that I got, it's a blessing for the right words.
Take that.
And you see, the little birdie is telling her what to say in her ear.
And it's a delicate bird.
Mm-hmm.
She looks kind of
She's thinking.
she looks kind of sad though, but
Yeah,
like yes, the
she's
right.
serious about it.
Yeah, serious. That's a good word to
And you
describe
see, the moon is there, and it looks like an eclipse.
that. Oh, mhm.
Okay, let me read some of the words that comes in the book.
Yeah.
A blessing for apt speech, to call to your lips the right words, what speak simply and clearly and find their mark. May the words that fall from your lips be blessed, friend, in times when we must speak of difficult things. It can be a great challenge to conjure up the words that best express our feelings and intent without causing offense or harm to another. Alex, I think we don't even need the cards. We just said these already.
Yes. Okay.
May, huh? May you be blessed with the words that stir hearts, that make friends of minds that once were firm against yours. May your words, like water, seep their way into the cracks of the stone and work with their magic of transformation within. Your words are spells, and their magic can take time. But with the apt speech that you are blessed with this day, doors of understanding open up between you and others, and where you once fell silent, you will speak up.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
There's
That's
more, but I think that's the
pretty clear.
summary.
Yeah. I know when I pull cards, I always pull cards usually just for like the month. Um, and I know I pulled from Osho and the Light Sierras Tarot. They're like my favorite.
And yeah, I really like them too, both of them.
Um, and like there were some other cards that I was thinking of like pulling, but I feel like these are my most powerful decks that I have. And I feel like it's an important time to pull from the strong ones. Um, I pulled the card Harmony.
Mm,
Yeah, so the water, this would be cups, is that right? The top.
yes. That's like ultimate happiness.
Yeah, so the experience of resting in the heart in meditation is not something that can be grasped or forced. It comes naturally as we grow more and more in tune with the rhythms of our own inner silence. So let yourself be softer and more receptive now, because an inexpressible joy is waiting for you just around the corner. And when you find it, you won't be able to find the words to express it to others.
Hmm.
It's there deep within your heart. So, um, when we think of like the transformation that's taking place, um, yeah, I mean, there's going to be moments that are definitely uncomfortable, but I feel like the transformation is to allow for more of this to arise. I don't know if you feel the same way, but that's kind of how I feel. And that connection to self, like the in terms of the Libra energy, like a lot of it is about this like piece of love that's from within and for ourselves. And so needing to let go of those pieces that are blocking us. And I mean, we've talked about this,
Mm-hmm.
but it's going from heart chakra and intuition, like, our third eye and our heart. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's blue, so it reminds me of throat chakra too, and the water about the emotions and the feelings.
And there's two dolphins. The dolphins
Mm-hmm.
are like the most intuitive creatures. Like I I I feel like they're like, isn't there some people who say that dolphins and humans like once existed, either like we were dolphins, or the idea that maybe even humans have like dolphins are like humans that have like transcended kind of thing. Like they're super intelligent and energetic creatures. Who knows? Blah 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 blah. What do I know? Um, but then this other one, look at this card.
Eight of Wands.
Ace of Wands. Look how beautiful that is. And again, it's that third eye lighting up.
Yeah, it's creation starting. You see the fire, and
Exactly.
it's a seed because it's the Ace of Wands.
You're
And
so
she has a net, you see? It's
mm,
almost like the neurological pathways in the head, but at the same time, it looks like when you're talking about your social network, it's all connected.
you're so good with cards, Mariella.
It's just a net in there.
You. That's exactly all about what this card is about.
Hmm.
So I quickly read, and it's about, so new ideas, potential, inspiration, illumination, creativity, the mirror-like nature of consciousness. When you think of like mirror neuron,
Mm,
interconnectedness of all things, and the ability to manifest anything. So the affirmation that's offered with this card is, I seed my brilliant future with the roots of creativity and inspiration. And I just want to be like, let's all breathe that in for a moment. Let's breathe it in for real. Ah, I seed my brilliant future with the roots of creativity and inspiration. I feel like as we continue to like allow for the transformation, this is what arises. Like your heart and creativity, like those two just, I'm like, wow, they're such beautiful, beautiful cards.
mhm. Yeah, and very positive energy, both of them.
Hmm.
You
What's
see,
the
there's nothing bad coming.
what's the best that can happen?
A 10 of cups.
Yes. So what were the other cards and how did you pull them for yourself?
So I had three cards fell. And so one which is interesting is the one of the major arcana, the wheel,
Mm-hmm.
number 10. And you know the wheel, how it usually goes forward,
Mm-hmm.
but it came backwards. It just makes me feel like
Oh, it's that
the
past.
wheel has to like go a little bit back
Mm-hmm.
and then get the power and then move forward again.
Mm-hmm.
That's the feeling I get from this wheel. And this specific wheel is a water wheel.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more water.
New beginnings, end of delays, a change of direction that offers happiness.
Mm-hmm.
That's in its highest form.
Yes. And then it evolves to a Queen of Michael, which is a Queen of Swords.
Ooh.
And it says, you know exactly what to do, the benefit of experience, a time for your career rather than relationships. And so it ties very well with the next card, which is the Six of Ariel.
Mm.
And it talks about material needs get fulfilled in magical and unexpected ways, acts of kindness, giving and receiving with a grateful heart. So
Mm.
that's my wish come true.
Yeah.
And you see, there's lots of harvest in there, lots of apples coming from the tree.
Yeah. Well, look at the light shining through the canopy of the tree. It's like one of those like magical scenes, right?
Yeah. And, you know, talking about the solar eclipse that is coming on the 28th and it's on Taurus, and
Hmm.
talking about the material things and stuff. So that is changing as well. And for some time, I have been feeling a little bit of anxiousness because I don't know if, you know, how we move from the old to the new. I felt like maybe the old is all going to get destroyed and then we will start from almost nothing towards the new. And so that was my fear. But now I changed my mind and it feels like mm, those fears are gone, as what the card says. The material needs get fulfilled in magical and unexpected ways. So it's not that we're lacking anything. It's just that we are changing and we will have everything that we need.
Hmm.
So that's my feeling of this card,
Hmm. Yeah.
working towards that.
And I wonder if some of our, um, I don't know the right word, our connection to the resources in our world,
Mm-hmm.
um,
To the
like because
years.
so much has shifted, I think we've needed to have a new relationship with our resources. So whether it's finances, whether it's our literal home environment, the environment around us, um, the communities around us, because there are resources, our work, like all those resources, our relationship is changing. Um, and it's not that things aren't challenging, but if our relationship to it is changing, if we are experiencing it in a new and positive way, or
Mhm.
in a way that's in more alignment, that's a better word. More aligned with it. Like that would be, I think that's why people are going back to school. I mean, for many reasons. Um, or making job shifts or making relationship shifts or moving back home to like other provinces or states um or to places where they've always wanted to. Like I think there's like just the recognition that our resources are limited, and how can we really get value and appreciation out of them. The word appreciation keeps coming up in my head. I don't know why.
Mm,
Maybe the appreciation of what we have, the gratitude piece.
mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mariella, I'm like
I'm like just absorbing.
absorbing. I
Yeah.
also recognize the time because we are in a different time zone, and Mariella is just taking a break from work for us to be able to do this. And it is the evening for me. um, but yeah, it feels like an exciting month. Oh, I apologize for my camera going off. We have wonky setup here. Um,
Yeah,
but
no wonder with so many satellites in the sky. Like 3,000 they said today in the morning.
really?
Yeah, they
Well,
should take
we're
some
having some
down.
meteor showers taking place as well.
Oh, really?
Like everything's really close to us right now. So there's a really interesting, um, yeah, I think there's a lot of things like everything is close to the earth right now. So we should be able to see some cool stuff. But people like who is it? Pamela Gregory.
Mm,
I find she talks a lot about like the upgrades that are happening through like Mariella, you might know the words better, but like actually the way like is it light or some type of energy that is like pulsating through like the universe due to is it solar flares or something? I don't know. There's just like energy moving through, and we're in like direct alignment to that energy right now or something. Oh my goodness.
yeah,
Everybody go ahead and
gotcha.
take a look at uh Pamela Gregory's stuff, but that we're getting like these downloads of energy so that our consciousness can shift and all that kind of stuff. And with everything literally being so close to us, um, if anybody is feeling like chaotic or confused or overwhelmed, like, yes, this is our norm. And like, there is just so much going on. So, like, how I say, like, take care of yourself, talk to your people.
Mhm.
You're not going crazy.
Be
Uh,
kind to yourself.
yeah, this is literally just transformation taking place.
That's
Um,
all.
yeah.
Nothing else.
So on the other side of transformation is some beautiful things. And the process itself, you know, depending how
Mhm.
you choose to look at it, is a really fascinating, fascinating ride. Hmm. So this is why we do Unity for All, because I know me and Mariella are on this interesting ride in this world together. And we know many people are experiencing similar things, and this is why we share it. And we love doing this and doing this together.
Mhm.
I love you very
Yeah.
much, Mariella.
Love you too.
And love to you all. We will
Yeah.
see you in another month.
See you next month.
Blessings.
Bye.